Hi, this is a video about stretching cotton canvas on custom-made stretcher bars. Being an artist who paints with oil paint, it's important for me to have a custom-made canvas to suit the job. And this time I decided to shoot a video to show you guys how I do it. It's not exactly a tutorial video because I'm not showing every single detail, but I'll try to squeeze in as much information as I can about the process. So this is what I have. Beautiful heavy cotton canvas, 12 ounce, which is about 390 grams per square meter. It's quite heavy canvas. Just for comparison, I've got linen canvas of the same weight. I'm gonna stretch this canvas, prime it in this video, but this is only episode number 1 in a series that I'm doing, from stretching a canvas all the way to finished artwork, including framing. So if you are interested in all those things in the process, how I create an artwork, please stick around till the end of this video and follow the links, or you can subscribe and you'll get posted with new videos whenever I do the next episode. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you'll find something that you can take away with you, some new information maybe. So let's get started. I'm gonna do it outside in the garden because it's over 30 degrees Celsius in the UK. It's absolutely beautiful day, and it would be a shame to be in the studio. But I will have to adapt. I must say I haven't got the necessary surface to work on, and I won't be doing it on the floor because then I can't shoot the video properly. But let's get going. But before I begin, I forgot to say the canvas must be ironed because it came folded. That means, as you can see, there are creases everywhere. So I'm going to use a bit of heat, a bit of just use a cotton setting and a bit of steam, not too much, because even if you stretch it properly and it's tight, the creases will not disappear. Not these ones. I hope you can see it. So let's get to it. Although ironing can take some time, perhaps not 10 hours, but it's really worth the effort if you are dealing with a creased and wrinkled fabric. Now let's talk about the tools I'm using in this video. A combination square, a canvas straining plier, a manual staple gun, rubber mallet, a pin nailer gun, primer, I chose Winsor & Newton by Gesso, wide artist brush, and a superfine sandpaper. I begin by aligning the stretcher bars. Once I've attached the bars to each other, it's important to set each corner at exactly 90 degrees. For that, I use a square and the rubber mallet, making sure not to damage the wooden bars. Then I position the crossbars that I've purchased along with the stretcher bars to provide stability. I also position those using the square tool, then pin them to the frame using my nail gun attached to an air compressor. If all looks good, then I proceed by laying the canvas on top, letting it hang on each side in approximately equal proportions. I always start stapling the canvas to the back of the frame and not to the side, by that avoiding the accidental ripping of the fabric. But on this canvas, I also don't want staples on the side to be visible, so I'll be stapling on the back side all the way through. Then I begin to stretch the canvas on the opposite side in the middle using the straining plier and the staple gun, moving along towards the corners, stretching slightly towards the direction I'm moving in, always proceeding in the opposite side of the stretching frame by 3 or 4 staples at a time, approximately 1.5 inches from each other. When I grab the canvas with the pliers, I fold up the fabric not to damage it when applying tension.
Once I have a grip on the fabric, I use the pliers' larger round edge to roll on the wooden frame, achieving the desired level of tension. Right now, I'm not interested in punching those staples in a straight line, as it won't be visible anyway. All I care about is the distance from the edge of the frame, so each staple is somewhat closer to the outer edge, and the distance between those staples are approximately equal. Typically, as the size and weight of the canvas grows, the more frequently I would apply staples. That way I can avoid wrinkling around the edges, which can happen if I don't have the right distance between staples, and also by not stretching out every bit of the canvas and letting loose bits get stuck between the staples. I fold the corners and remove the excess.
Yes, this is day 2 of stretching and preparing a canvas for oil painting, and I could not finish on day 1, and let me tell you why. First of all, priming is not that simple as it looks. Right, issue number 1, it's quite obvious. The canvas needs to be properly covered with primer. All these tiny spots, dots and patches must be entirely covered. Why? Well, the primer is bonding between the paint and the surface, but also the primer acts as a sealant between the surface and the paint. Now I need to make sure that the coverage is good enough for the paint to go on. Now issue number 2 has to do with the quality of the surface that I create with the primer. I need a smooth surface to work out some fine details that I'm planning to do on this painting. If you want to work with extremely fine details on your painting, you probably should smooth out the surface with a sandpaper between layers. So once it dries, but it needs to dry properly, so at least a couple of hours, maybe more, and I use a Grit 600 sandpaper. Let me show you. This is Grit 600. I don't know how can I... Hey, hang on. There we go. It's a Grit 600. So it's so smooth that you can actually smooth out your wrinkles. Seriously, it's extremely smooth, but rough enough to smooth out your canvas. So let me show you that.
Now let's move on to the next phase of the preparation, which is priming. By the way, canvas preparation has a long history. For example, Renaissance masters spent even months preparing a canvas for painting, repeatedly layering primer and polishing in between to achieve a glossy finish. Sanding is not essential to do. It's only an option if you are a freak like me or have a special project that requires the procedure. Without getting extremely technical here, I have to mention that primer can be purchased in different qualities to achieve even the smoothness of a baby's bottom, if that's what you need, but my aim is to keep some of the texture of the canvas, only remove additional surface texture that I've added. This area right here was painted over twice. Those pinholes are not visible to the eye unless I pay much attention when priming or put a light source behind it, and that's what I usually do. The paint sinks in without me noticing, so I'd rather be careful and take my time to do a good job with it. Between each coat, I set the surface with extreme caution not to damage the canvas until I reach the desired effect.
I hope I could demonstrate why it's important to smooth out the surface. It's important for me with this particular painting. So if you are interested in the rest of the story, please subscribe so you get posted with the latest videos. Also, if you have any suggestions, any comments, just leave it in the comment section below, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for watching.